Looks like we are getting off right away.
Alright, so Jem starting in the Dark Sanctuary. Meanwhile, Roach starting at Link's house.
Quick map check. We've got a green pendant on Swamp Palace. Looked like 5-6 on Mire, and I want to say the other one was 5-6 was in Skull.
And for those of you wondering about these teams' records, we've got Team 4, I'm going to call them Team 4, at 2-2, and the Immortals at 1-3. So Jem headed over to the Lost Woods area. Looks like we're going to get a Skull Woods check here.
Yeah, and Roach went to Hype Cave. Right now we're having a little bit of difficulties with our stream, it looks like. Can only see kind of like half of Roach's stream. We're going to do what we can, get that fixed, but I've kind of got stream. I know Roach, he found Ether and a bunch of other goodies inside of Hype Cave. There we go.
Okay. So Jem taking a death in Skull Woods here. Getting bullied.
Nope. More than likely, these are all intentional deaths just to respawn and get some more bombs again.
Yep, that's
actually
that does look like.
Yeah, it's a pretty common opening for inverted. You got those guaranteed 2 bombs in Skullwoods. You drop down there, grab about 6 bombs, and then go about your business.
Yep, and Roach playing the dig game.
A lot of digs.
And finds a bottle, so that's going to be actually a very nice safety to have if you can fill that thing.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get it filled. Nothing so far major that I've seen out of Skullwood so far. Oh, we're kind of waiting. Roach is going to probably be retracing Jem steps. Jem is going to be getting to the middle part of Skullwoods. Records of the teams right now, Team 4K, 4th and 4 head, they are 2-2, and the Immortals are 1-3 heading into week 3.
Alright, so Jem's going to try to get that middle chest here. Dancing around those Gibdos. Meanwhile, Roach headed over to the Skullwoods or Village of Outcasts area. And it looks like Roach is going to go straight into Village of Outcasts. Gonna check out Sea House first. What are we gonna have in Sea House?
Skullwoods, yeah, nothing. We've got a shield.
Alright, so Jem going to Link's house. Gonna go do that Hype Cave check and get that Ether. That'll be very nice to have for safety's sake if you can find a sword. It'll at least neutralize some enemies in large pack rooms. Alright, and Chess Game has just a piece of heart for us. So Roach likely gonna take a peek at Thieves Town here, and we'll see what's at least in the front 4.
There's a good chance we'll see more than that too, unless he finds something progression-wise. Right now, with everything we've checked, progression has got to be in Thieves Town. Well, got a Moon Pearl. Doesn't really do anything on its own, but we'll see what else there is.
So Jem headed over to farm some money at the arrow game. There is a trick to this. If you stand all the way to the right next to the merchant, and as the doll passes by the second curtain, if you fire right towards the end there, you'll hit it every single time and not get blocked. You can do that for about 3 cycles before you have to reset.
Yep, and thankfully Inverted found this out, because it was like, we can't make rupees early in the game sometimes, so this is what happened. Yeah, only the moon port looked like was in the first part of Thieves Town, so we are going to be going deeper in. There has to be something back there.
Yep, and unfortunately, having to go deeper in with only 3 hearts is a dangerous prospect, so you gotta be very careful. Any unnecessary damage is 1 heart away, 1 heart closer to death.
Yeah, it's like normal seeds you come in here, typically you're moderately equipped, so it's not so bad, but 3 hearts, pretty much everything just wants to kill you. And does a very good job at it.
Especially those grasshoppers.
I don't know what's worse, the grasshoppers or the crabs. I'm pretty sure at this point we're going to see Jem make the same play in the Village of Outcasts and then dive into Thieves Town.
Yeah, and we don't have a weapon yet, so...
Speaking of grasshoppers, it just clipped Roach. I thought maybe he was going to get by, but apparently not. He is leaving, though.
It's possible he might go try to do the bomb jump over the river.
Or maybe he didn't check Skullwoods. That must be it. He must not have checked Skullwoods, so he's thinking that they're... with the Moon Pearl, that maybe the next piece he needs is in Skullwoods. Oh, taking the death there, though, too.
Yeah, because you can get to the east side of the Dark World with a fake flipper bomb jump on the across the river.
Yep, neat little jump that was found out recently.
But Jem entering into Thieves Town, so we'll have to go to the back as well. And so, as I say, we don't have a weapon, so unless one shows up here, we aren't going to be able to fight blind. So it's either progression or a weapon or something.
I mean, even if it is a weapon, that means progression is going to be on blind, because the only weapon that would actually give us access to more locations right now would be the hammer. But I'm sure everybody in chat wants to see a 3-heart hammer blind right now.
Alright, so Roach completing the checks of Skullwoods and is going to find out the news that it's going to be back to Thieves Town.
Yes, Evil Alchemist, we are in inverted seeds for week 3 in the league. So we are starting in the Dark World with not a lot of locations open up to you right away. But all of the monsters Lynx has to fight are not changed. They will still do their normal damage, they are still in their normal locations, and you still only have 3 hearts in green.
and you will still die a lot early.
Legend of Zelda Dark Souls? I guess that's what we could call this.
Yeah. So that hit not helping very much there. Bottles at Sage's Closet. I mean, if you want an extra bottle, once you get access to Saha, you're gonna go there anyway, probably, because there's more than that. But you know, it's something.
I mean, at least you know the trip there isn't going to be completely empty. Unless the bottle's empty, I guess.
The worst part about, oh, there's some gloves.
So again, I'm trying to think. I don't believe the gloves actually opens anything up for us. The nice thing that it technically does do, though, is you don't have to kill all the monsters in the basement. Now you can pick up the block.
Yeah, I think that would be honestly logically required anyway to be there, because without a weapon, you'd either have to have a weapon there or the gloves, because kill rooms require a weapon logically, I believe.
We have bombs.
But does the logic actually count bombs as a weapon?
I mean, it does for standard and open. Well, there's our hammer, so we're gonna at least get an attempt, I would guess, at blind. Technically, that's light world access, though, so it is possible. We found 3 items.
I imagine Jem will give it a shot, and if they die, maybe just kind of dip out.
Yeah, I mean, especially we just found the 4th item now, too, so you know the blind is going to have, you know, some kind of worthless map or compass now. At least bring them back so you don't have to trek all the way through the entire dungeon again if you take 1 death. Maybe if you really want to risk it, try 1 more time, but other than that, you got all those items waiting for you in the light world.
Alright, so Jem gonna get that hammer blind attempt in. Getting the first one down. Number 2 is down. Doing a nice job dodging. And getting it done! Jem not taking a single hit, getting that map, and getting a crystal.
Yep, our first crystal, but yeah, it was playing bullet hell there for a little bit, but did not get tagged at all, and down goes blind.
So, yep, that is quite the execution there, and that's going to help a lot getting that crystal. Because if it was a pendant, it would have been, you know, just kind of for swag points at that point, unless something's on bed. But off we go to Kakariko Town. And Jem gonna get the hard-earned rewards here. Honestly, this is probably one of the nicer inverted seeds I've seen. I mean, having to go Thieves Town with 3 hearts and no weapons, yeah, that's kind of bad, but you know, it's temporary, and getting that light world access super quick is definitely a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. I mean, you could try to kill blind, but if for some reason you're having difficulties, you got all the items out of here. So even if you're leaving him behind, it's just the crystal, you're gonna have to come back here anyway.
Ooh, and Roach taking a death.
Yep, thinking he got 6 hits on. I would not be surprised to just see him leave at this point.
Looks like Roach is gonna go to the light world from the Link's house portal. We got our first sword in Blind's hut. And our second sword. Wow.
Throw the fire sword away and just take your master sword. Well, maybe not throw it away. You might want to still bring it with you. I don't know if you want to leave Blind a sword. Might not be safe.
And Roach gonna head up to the castle. Gonna see what's on this tree pole here. Nope. Just wanted to kill that guard for swag, I guess. And we got
silvers too. Yep,
silvers and chicken hut. So we're not gonna be looking for those. And a shovel on Roach's side. Well, we got light world access, so now we can go check that shovel.
Got some bombs on Uncle, and Sick Kid's got a full heart piece. And there's our map check. We've got the pendants are on Hera and Desert, and we've got crystal number 4 on Eastern Path. And honestly, I think seeing, when I play Inverted, at least I love seeing Desert Palace as a pendant just because, when you're playing Open or Standard, Desert's not too difficult to get into. Oh, well, we need boots because there was a bow.
What's that doing up there?
Apparently, somebody might have been playing with their bow in the library, and the librarian just took it away. It's like, no, you can't have that, and they just threw it on top of the bookshelf where they couldn't get to it. Now, what I was saying about Desert Palace, if you're not used to Inverted, Desert Palace is one of those ones in the light world that kind of doesn't have... It's got several ways to get into it. In Inverted, there is one way and one way alone to get into Desert Palace, and that is the book.
Yeah, and in case you haven't... in case anybody out there hasn't seen an Inverted Seed before... there are going to be some things that are changed about the world, such as Cave 45 does not require mirror to access. You can just walk right in as soon as you get into the light world. Same thing with Bombo's Tablet and Graveyard Ledge. So there are a few little terrain changes in Inverted that aren't in normal seeds.
We got half magic in Zelda's chest. Yeah, but basically, if it was a location that was mirror locked, that you would just get an item with the exception of Swamp Palace, you can just walk up to it at this point, one way or the other. Lake Helia Highland has a ladder added to it. Floating Island has a bridge that you can get to. Checkerboard Cave is another one you can just walk up to as well.
And speaking of mirror locked, that also adds a unique little detail that Turtle Rock can actually be mirror locked because you can enter from the light world by jumping down to one of the ledges and then mirroring back to the dark world to that Turtle Rock bridge connector area.
Yep, and actually seeing one of those differences on Gem's side where there's that ladder, you can just climb up to Graveyard Ledge. Lumberjack Ledge looked like a heart piece, so.
And Jem going to check back of escape. Roach Gonna demonstrate Cave 45 access for us and gonna find some bombs.
There's our flute. Yeah, I just realized that too, Bungie, that the seed at 9 o'clock also had a boots locked bow, so... So the flute in inverted, you activate it in the light world, however, it only works in the dark world. It does, however, give us access to the Misery Mire area still.
And Jim's gonna go ahead and activate that flute. Roach, meanwhile, we're gonna get somewhat of a high five here as Jem comes back and Roach is doing the Kakariko town checks. And everybody's favorite transport albatross is among us.
And Jem just playing us that tune.
Jem gonna check Cave 45. Meanwhile, Roach continuing those Kakariko town checks and gonna get a couple swords when they hit Blind's Hut and a little bit more health here.
No, Jem does not have the shovel yet. It was in Vanilla Lamp location, if I'm not mistaken, with the uncle.
And in the dam, we got 20 bucks. And underwater, we have 10 arrows. So off to Mini Moldorm we go. Roach getting their Master Sword. Yeah, and the interesting thing about Aga Tower is, in Inverted, is there are no requirements other than lamp. I mean, you don't even need lamp, really. It's not a hard requirement, but logically you do. But, yeah, you can just walk in there once you get access to Death Mountain.
Yep, still need the sword to get through it, but yeah, it's no sword or cape or requirements or anything like that to get through the little portal. Or past the little lightning thing, whatever it is. Evil barrier.
Can we call it the electric fence?
Sure, I mean, it looks pretty electric to me, so I'm cool with calling it that. Half magic was in Zelda's chest.
And what does Ice Rod Cave have for us today? Just 10 arrows.
And I think this is what Jem might have possibly been thinking about when playing the arrow game so much, is getting the money for Zora.
Yeah. Now, Yeah, because with the Moon Pearl, you can do your Water Walk, and you're pretty much guaranteed to have the Moon Pearl, you know, in inverted by the time you can do these checks. So getting the money early is definitely a good idea.
It seems like Jem is gonna skip out on the hobo check for right now.
Alright, so Roach is going to check back of escape, and after Jem is done with Zora, I'd imagine we're going to get that Eastern check and grab that bottle in Saha's closet and see if that bottle is empty or if it's filled.
Yeah, let's see if he goes further, because, I mean, the flute gives us access to... Oh, well, there's a tempered sword, so... I don't know if Jem will ever come back for that unless we just don't find the other sword at any point. But I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, Oh, there's the hookshot. Well... Okay, now it might be Death Mountain.
Oh yeah, Death Mountain for sure. That opened up pretty much everything.
Yeah, because the only reason I was going to say maybe not Death Mountain is because you'd be looking for something to get some more checks in Death Mountain, and that hookshot is the thing.
Yes, I mean, realistically at this point, let's see. If Hera's not firelocked, it's completable. It is a pendant, so I don't know if Jem will dive in there. It's possible. No, we don't have a mirror, so nothing in Turtle Rock is available at the moment. But yeah, I mean, everything Light World and Dark World, with the exceptions of dungeons and the tablet, is open now.
Alright, so another little neat thing about Inverted is that you save the old man from the Dark World, but you have to take him up to the portal that you'd usually use to get to Hera, and then jump back all the way back down to bring him back to his cave.
This does raise the fun question of, does the old man have a moon pearl? Because he does not change forms. And Roach is going to head to the Eastern Palace area.
So yeah, Roach will pick up a bottle and whatever else is in Saha's closet. And so Jem will probably just check Spectacle Rock here and then probably save or do the Light World checks. And then save quit and do the Dark World checks after.
It was an empty bottle. Oh, okay. How about 2 bottles?
Well then. I heard you like bottles, so here's 2 more.
And you thought you were only going to get 1.
So apparently Saha has been doing a little drinking.
Definitely, because did you just see the hint in Spectacle Rock?
I missed that hint.
He has the 4th bottle.
He's not finished with it yet. He'll be done by the time you get the green pendant.
So the real story why Sahasrahla was out in the Eastern Palace comes to light. It wasn't because he was afraid of Agahnim and getting destroyed by him. He had to hide his drinking problem, apparently.
The plot thickens, as they say. Alright, so Jem getting that paradox check.
Cane of Samaria, so that could potentially lead us into a fire run.
Wow. Are you getting any hints that you might want to go to Turtle Rock?
I mean, Turtle Rock or Mire. I mean, assuming that it's not Bombos, but yeah, I think it's time to dive one or if not both of those dungeons at this point. Yeah, it's like I saw Samara, I'm like, okay, I mean, you can go get one chest, maybe a little bit further in Turtle Rock. It's like, nope, here's a fire rod. Oh, okay. And there is the possibility as well, even though we have access to go in the normal way that you would of Turtle Rock, it is possible that we can't go very far into Turtle Rock depending on how the keys are laid out. Because it could be all the keys are actually in the back of Turtle Rock, which we might need the mirror for.
Yep. One of the quirks of Inverted.
But yeah, let's see. Skullwoods is open. Mire is open. Maybe.
So Jem's gonna raid Tower of Hera for the items. Getting that fun little basement key. Well, left side swamp is dead.
Powder. So we do have to go to the basement. It looks like Jem is gonna go. Never mind.
Yep. I mean, getting 1 out of 2, and when you're faced with the basement in a pendant dungeon, I'm making the same call. Usually, that's what I do when Tower of Hera is a pendant, and I get the basement key. I just get what I can get and leave, and come back if I feel like I need to.
Oh, and this is another one of the changes. You can walk into Mimic Cave.
Alright, having a piece of heart in Mimic Cave, and then Roach is doing the old man trip here. And Jim gonna go back up for Spiral Cave.
Yep, and then assuming we don't find a mirror, we'll probably see a save and quit, and then he will probably start on the Dark Mountain, I would guess, and there's 6 checks plus maybe dive into Turtle Rock if we're able to. No, we still haven't found an ice rod, so definitely not. I would say that Pet is on life support right now, though, because there's not, because Swamp Palace can't be the mirror of the flippers.
I mean, pretty much, the one thing you can guarantee that might be on Ped, as long as Turtle Rock is not a pendant, is Ice Rod, because it's required for nothing else. So, you know, but it's rarely ever on Ped.
Yeah, but yeah, Ice Rod, maybe Bombos if it's required for Misery Mire. Maybe for Turtle Rock, there's a small chance, depending on key layout, that we still need to go on the front. And then potentially the Boots of Desert Palace is not boots locked. And there's Aga Tower.
Alright, so Jem gonna start on the Dark World. East Death Mountain checks here. Can't damage the Lionels because Master Sword doesn't do anything to them. Although I suppose, I've never tried hammer, but I suppose it might work if you're crazy enough to try it. It does temper damage.
I was gonna say, I think you can use Master Sword spins against them.
That too, but I don't know if they'll run away by the time you can get a spin off.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Either way, they're never really worth it to kill anyway. And we got some blue mail!
So I will say that 300 rupees, that, oh, Roach takes the death to these Lionels, though they are not friendly. I'm sure Roach is probably just going to go right back to the Dark Mountain. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, if he's able to make it to Super Bunny Cave, that 300 rupees was in a very good place, because he's kind of down to the point where he's going to have to go to Zora almost, but doesn't have the money. And that's pretty much, as of it right now, from what I can see, that was the play to make, was Zora.
Surger, you go to Light World Link's house, and that's where you get the pink bomb. And Jem gonna start up on them castle checks. Meanwhile, Roach is gonna check the dam. So Jem picking up that shovel. Have we had a shovel check yet?
Yeah, Roach checked. It was just a big 20.
Okay. Let's see.
No, mirror cannot be on the pedestal due to Swamp Palace. Swamp Palace does still require the mirror to get into it.
Roach given the desert area check. Ledge has 10 arrows, and what will Agahnim have? So let's see, what's... oh yeah, and we can do checkerboard as well. What is Jem... Let's see, what are Jem's options?
Oh, well, there's our last sword. But yeah, Skullwoods, potentially Mire, and he didn't actually check Turtle Rock while he was on Death Mountain.
Yeah, so... I mean, Hera's still got the second item, so that could be a thing. It's always those times where you decide, I don't want to check for that item, and then it comes back to haunt you.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of surprised me that Jem took off from Dark Death Mountain with, you know, how Paradox Cave basically was like, here's the Cane of Samari, here's the Fire Rod, you have 2 medallions, like, just not, at least not even checking what Turtle Rock was. Because if it was Bombo Sense, like, well, I can't get it anyways, but, you know, at least opening it up, you can check at least those 3 chests.
So, Roach found the, our second armor upgrade in Agahnim, so, red mail is out there for the taking.
Yep, and once we have flippers, technically Butter Sword as well.
It looks like Jem will be heading up to Skull Woods, perhaps?
That's what it looks like. So I know we're looking for 1 item left there. We only found, I believe it was the single rupee.
So, Jem will get another crystal out of this, and at least, you know, at least the other item, whatever it is, you know, we'll get that as well. But, yeah, Jem may be waiting for the mirror before heading into Turtle Rock. because if you come, as you said before, if you come up and the keys don't line up and then you have to leave, it's kind of annoying. So, but if you have the mirror, you can at least say, okay, well, now I'll just go check, the other side.
Well, yeah, and then there's things like just, checking laser bridge immediately first, because, we already have Burnus, so if we do find a mirror, laser bridge is fully within logic. We are not waiting on Gloves 2. Believe it or not, Gloves 2 are almost worthless once you get the hookshot. The only thing Gloves 2 is actually locking at this point in time is King's Tomb.
Yep, because in inverted, Gloves 2 is a hard requirement for King's Tomb. And Jem getting the big key, telling him, if you want that item, you gotta go back the other way. So we'll see what's in the front here first, probably, and see if Jem gets trolled and has to go back to the front, to get that big chest.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Is this our first pyramid check?
I believe so.
It's big 300, so there's Zora money.
Yep, that's big for Roach. Because he will I don't know if he's going to go to Catfish or Pod right now, but regardless of the way he goes, even if he pays for Pod, he has the money to go check Zora, and that is the play he needs to make. Yeah, mitts sometimes are required for progression, but once you find, it's really the hookshot is the main one. Because if you don't find the hookshot, mitts might be your way onto the light side of Death Mountain. But with hookshot, then you don't need it any longer.
And Jem gonna check that Spike Cave, possibly link that into maybe a Turtle Rock Dip. We'll see where they go after this, if they save quit or not. Yep.
I mean, it's possible that, Jem's decision not to go into Death Mountain could come back if Roach makes the decision to go in and does find something major like the mirror or even like the boots. Because we know boots are required to get the bow at the very least. It could swing the favor in Roach very quickly. And this is our first Mire check. Mire's locked. We need the Bombos medallion.
Interesting. So that pushes Turtle Rock Dip more into favor.
Yep, just 25 in the shed.
Roach gonna show us what's in Pod. It's not bow locked, so we'll be able to see if there's any progression in here. And I've found that 9 times out of 10, Pod has the progression.
Yep, and it looks like Jem is actually going to be heading to the Eastern Sahasrahla, so he's going to get all those bottles, but as far as Eastern itself, is going to get nothing.
Alright, so we don't have lamps, so this and the 2 in the front are, oh yeah, in Harmless Hellware, kind of all that's all. There's the book. That
maybe not what you want to see. That might push him towards desert, though.
And I mean, desert may be the answer, or a tablet could be the answer.
Yeah, either one.
Because we have access to both tablets and desert with that book.
Yeah, Roach doesn't have access to one of the tablets yet. Still needs the hookshot. But yeah, with everything we know, yeah, it's within. We can access it when he gets that hookshot from Zora.
And I'm gonna get the Eastern Palace garbage. Meanwhile, Roach navigating the dark maze. Roach picking up something, trying to check what it is that he had picked up.
He does a save and quit. I didn't see anything major in the usable items, and it wasn't a item either.
Alright, so where is Roach gonna head from here? To desert? Looks like it.
Yeah, I think he's following the book.
We'll be able to get a Bombos tablet check along the way.
Yeah, I mean, this makes the most sense from it has the most amount of checks at the moment.
Jem almost done with Eastern here. We'll get to see what their next play is going to be. Roach receiving a swagnet from the sky.
Bugnet is always required. You need the swag.
I guess in a swordless seed, there is some chance that a bugnet could be required for progression.
Yep, for that Aga kill.
And desert doesn't look to be bootlocked, so finding out a unique item is an ice palace. So we're gonna be able to at least finish the front of desert. No fire source on Roach's side, or is that a tracker?
Nope.
Did he not pick up?
Not yet. Fire Rod is up on Death Mountain. He needs his hookshot still.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was in Paradox. That's right. So yeah, won't be able to complete the back, but the back is technically completable by the logic.
Well, there's one item. I think this has to, this has to be our big key, so we got one more item potentially.
And that would be bad luck for Roach if it is on the landmo. Jem getting the red mail. And so let's see if Jem heads to Pod or to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it could be that, you know, Pod was a play to, you know, go get Landmo at this point, sadly for Roach.
Jem gonna be happy to see a tempered sword. So
don't see Jem going back to the Zora area at all for that sword now.
Yep.
Yes, at this point, Roach does have enough for Zora. Okay, Jem, where are you going? Roach is going to try to make his way past the Lionels one more time.
Yeah, Surger, Roach did not get red mallets and Super Bunny, but Roach will get it here.
And we are going to get the information. It is Ether, so Turtle Rock is accessible.
Jem doing the dig spot. And yes, Zmoby, with confirmation that Desert is not boot locked, it's a possibility boots are unped at this moment.
And really all we're missing to be able to get to the pedestal is the mirror. We can check the power, the magic bat. I forgot about that. Saw a major item here earlier. Not this time though.
All out of major items this time. No mirrors to be found here. But we have a unique item in ice, as Chad is pointing out. We do need technically flippers by logic. I've heard there's a way you could fake flipper. I haven't seen it though.
I think Roach is going for catfish now. It's the right idea, just the wrong world right now. Maybe. I don't think we've seen catfish on either side, so maybe catfish is holding onto the goods too. Oh, that would be how you do the fake flipper. That's
oh yeah. Yep, there we go. So we're gonna get to see the unique item in ice.
Yep, we know. So flippers are in Hera then, probably, because, you know, how the game loves to just lock information in the dungeon you need the item for.
So we'll see Jem clear ice probably here. Has everything they need to give this a full clear, and barring some kind of magic tragedy. There's the boot!
Well, there's your unique item.
So boots are not on ped. See, I don't do a lot of inverted seeds, so I'm not the I don't have the strongest knowledge on routing. However, what would propel Roach, other than last locationing, to go to Zora? Like, is there anything really that... Is it just a... Zora's kind of a... without flippers sort of thing, like, you know, kind of a non-starter? Or, like, what is... what I'm trying to get in the mind of why he's not going to Zora yet.
I mean, I think at this point it is his last location. I'm fairly certain it is. I don't think he has anywhere else to check now. But it's kind of one of those things that how difficult it is to get to in the light world, even with the flippers. It takes even more time in this because you're starting from the dark world, so you still have to route, all the way down to do a fake flipper, because you can't flute there, so it makes it even more difficult. But yeah, at this point, that's really all he has. And that's the direction he's walking in, at least.
Yep. I mean, with the flute, I'm not sure why he wouldn't just fake flipper up there to get the waterfall items, but
he wouldn't be able to because the flute would just take him to the Dark World 8.
Oh yeah, so. That's right. Duh. Inverted messes with your head.
It does. I'm pretty sure though this is Roach's last location, so he knows he's about to find something here.
Alright, so Jem done with the right side of ice. Getting a mushroom, that could also be our unique item.
It could. I'll lean towards the boots though, just because there has to be that guaranteed boots in. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this dungeon is within logic as far as I'm fairly certain the flippers are available at this. Roach, you might not have wanted to drop a bomb on that guy's head because he's about to give you your hook shot.
And Roach finding out the last location, the hook shot. That's when you last location a progression item. And if it's the hook shot, that's an especially painful one.
Yeah, I mean, it really only opened up Death Mountain. So the one thing, and this might force Roach to do this, that skip Jem made of Turtle Rock, Roach might feel he has to do this at this point. Just because I last location hook shot. I doubt Jem did this as well. So I need to do something that can catch me up, and that might be the play that, gives him it, because if he finds Ice Rod or Mire.
Alright, here we go with the cold stare fight. And Jem doing a very nice cold stare fight, very cleanly, and getting a crystal. But the big story is the boots are in Ice Palace.
Yes, they are, and I expect Jem to go get his bow very soon.
What are you thinking? Are you thinking flippers might be in Turtle Rock there?
I still think flippers are in Hera right now, because I know how much this game likes giving you hints for something you already would have done.
And yep, Jem's going straight for that bow. I imagine we'll follow that up with Bonk Rocks check. And then from there, Jem will be able to complete Pod but still no lamp, so wherever that thing is.
I mean, he's got a fire rod, so if you're really worried about the turtle room, you've got a fire rod for the only room in pod that's actually somewhat difficult without a lamp.
Yeah. I'm just noting that there's no lamp, so there's still some logic train that the seed wants you to do that's somewhere out there. But can full clear pod, I'm sure it has no problems with dark room.
Yeah, logic, but we're speedrunners. We don't have time for logic.
And there's a piece of heart on the ether tablet.
So we'll see if Roach decides to dip out of Hera when he realizes he has to. Actually, he already knows. No, he doesn't. That was Ice Palace. So he doesn't know this is going to be a fire lock, so we'll see if he goes in for that other item.
And Jem going for that water walk glitch there. You actually don't have to bonk, all you gotta do is dash by that hole. And looks like Roach is gonna probe deeper, so this could be big, because as far as things go, Jem checking the rest of Hera probably would be a last location situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that Roach finds Ice Rod and Bombos here. Or, you know, flippers, but, I mean, realistically, if he finds Bombos or Ice Rod in Hera, I really don't see Jem coming back to Hera for quite some time.
But Jem will get the book, so that will be a good thing for Jem.
Yeah, but will he actually decide to use it and go to Desert Palace? I still feel like something is in the front part. At least the front part of Turtle Rock right now.
I feel like Landmo has something. Like, actually Landmo might have the flippers, now that I think about it. Because if you look at it in terms of, you know, progression that the seed might give you, either Landmo has the lamp or the flippers, in my opinion.
Oh no, Roach is going for the bomb jump, but nope. Oh wait, no he wasn't. He fell on purpose because he found the second item.
Well, I mean, that fall right there is exactly why I just don't bother with the bomb jump, because if you get it wrong, it's super punishing. Oh, that's right, book is in pod dark room, so Landmo can't have lamp. Cash is on the witch. Hints that would have been helpful earlier for 500.
Now we're an hour into the seed. I think we're in double jeopardy now.
So we know that the big key is on this side. And there it is on Arena Ledge. Why do they call it Arena Ledge? It doesn't look like an arena to me.
I couldn't tell you.
Ooh, that's a neat little trick that I've never seen.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have never seen that one ever.
Jem showing us a little bit of tech that's always fun to see when you see some interesting stuff come out. And looks like Jem's gonna do the bomb jump here.
Blacksmiths Prime boots are in the first chest of Ice Palace. Bow is on the library. Alright, so Roach cleared out light side of Death Mountain. Let's see how deep he goes in on Dark Death Mountain.
But yeah, given that Hera's second item was a big fat nothing, Roach definitely needs some kind of advantage to get back in this.
Which, you know, like, considering everything we know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find flippers inside Turtle Rock now. I don't think there's anywhere else for it to actually be.
Yeah, unless it's Bombos.
Roach is leaving too. No, we did see Turtle Rock earlier. It was Ether. Roach checked it for us.
No, what I mean is, unless
oh yeah,
it could be Flippers or Bombos.
That's right. Roach left Turtle Rock too, so where is he going to go now?
I mean, Turtle Rock could have the mirror as well, and it just, you know, has more than one progression item.
Yeah, there's a lot of options there, but it's just both runners are just avoiding it right now. Which Roach is going to opt for going and finishing Thieves Town quickly now that he's more than geared compared to the first trek into Thieves Town, and more than likely will probably go to Skullwoods as well and take them off.
Well, I don't know if I would do this, because you know, you left the pendant in Tower of Hera, and this isn't a green, or oh wait, no, it's a crystal. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a crystal.
I don't know why I was thinking of pendant. I think I'm getting my seeds mixed up here.
We have had quite a bit of them. We know Sahasrahla doesn't have anything of importance. All we know is he has the fourth bottle.
And with silvers, Helmsor King is a little bit trivial, so Jem knocking that king down and getting a heart container and yet another crystal. So Roach is going to finish out Skullwoods as well. But at this point, there's not a lot of advantages left that Roach can really take advantage of. You know, like going into Turtle Rock is something that could have helped him, but since he skipped that as well, you know, they're pretty much on even footing in terms of checks done, you know, other than Jem being ahead of, you know, Roach. So, like, you know, chances to kind of really swing it back in Roach's favor are dwindling.
Yeah, kind of, and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but kind of the best thing for Roach would be that he doesn't sequence break Ice Palace for the boots, and boots are his go mode, because he's aware of where the bow is, so like, if he does make the play at this point, you know, to go to Turtle Rock, and he finds both Bombos and an Ice Rod while he's up there and can clear Turtle Rock, he's technically in go mode when he hits Ice Palace at that point.
Yeah, because I think that there's not a lot left to the seed. I think Turtle Rock is going to push it into go mode or close to it.
I think Turtle Rock, I'm trying to think of everywhere we've been, I'm pretty sure Turtle Rock is our only option as of right now for progression. Now, it might just be the flippers, but flippers didn't lead to anything by themselves either.
No, it has to be, like I said, Landmo could have something. I feel like it has something. Maybe not the something we need. Maybe Landmo has flippers. Because I really have a strong feeling that Landmo has progression based on how the seed kind of laid everything out. But at the same time, I don't think that progression is very notable at that stage. It's probably flippers or something. Maybe mirror, though.
Well, we're gonna see what Turtle Rock has, because Jem is finally making the dive inside.
Because, I mean, flippers actually is a bit... well, no duh. The glove is in Thieves Town, what a hint.
You don't say. We only got that, like, an hour ago. Roach might be going for a pet check. Nope, never mind.
But, yeah. And there's Bombos. So this seed has, opportunity to be mean here. And if these two chests come up empty and do not have keys, the small keys to progress us through the dungeon, then we may have to double dip.
I mean, it's possible we might have to double dip anyways, just because we don't have an Ice Rod. So even if the keys are laid out in a fashion that we can go all the way to Laser Bridge and invert it, still no Ice Rod for Trinix, unless it's in here.
Well, we can at least get a little further.
Yes, we can.
At this point, though, I'm still trying to wonder where the mirror might end up. Because
I mean, it's possible, and Turtle Rock is going to tell us the mirror could very well be in Ganon's tower, but nope. With that, we know for a fact the mirror has to be somewhere available now outside of Ganon's tower.
Now just imagine the rudeness that flippers are in mire and mirror is in swamp. Oh wait, no, it can't be. Mirror can't be in swamp. Never mind. Yeah, so mirror pretty much has to be here at Landmo, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right on the idea that Landmo has something now, because we only have 2 items in mire that we have access to now. So I think of all of the checks that we have access to, there's only 3 that we are unaware of, and that's the 2 items sitting in Misery Mire and the one that's sitting on Landmolus, which looks like Roach is going to check Landmolus for us, and Jem is going to check Misery Mire. We know Lamp can't be on Landmolus because the book was in the dark. So it could be the lamp is sitting here in Misery Mire, and Landmo actually has the item we're looking for.
Book was in Pod Hellway, so it wasn't.
Okay, never mind.
And there's the mirror.
Yep, there's our mirror, so Turtle Rock, we can go to the rest of it.
So I would say that flippers on Landmo seems to be the very strong possibility.
Well, at this point it could be nothing on Landmo. Everything could be in Turtle Rock at this point.
True.
And actually, I'm sure Jem is kind of hoping to find an Ice Rod before a flipper now. I'm actually a little surprised we haven't seen Roach. Oh wait, never mind. He doesn't have boots yet. I was like, why hasn't he went to go get his bow? It's like he still don't have no boots.
Alright, so what does Landmo have?
Got a nice 0 cycle on Roach. Run the Landmos.
No,
Nope,
it
just
is
a piece of
nothing.
heart.
So everything is in Turtle Rock.
Again, thank you, game, for those wonderful hints. Alright, so yep, there's our 2 items out of Mire, so yeah, Turtle Rock is the play. But that does mean it was a forced Turtle Rock double dip in an inverted seed. Oh yeah, I guess Pyramid Fairy... Oh yeah, Pyramid Fairy's open now as well, with the mirror. Oh yeah, we got a hint and there was nothing on there. Yeah, Ice Rod could be on pedestal.
Actually, with that, it could be a possible extra dip of Turtle Rock, maybe, if the things are in Swamp and the flippers are in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, there's progression in Turtle Rock. We know that. If it's not Ice Rod, yeah, it's a forced triple dip of Pod. And in an inverted seed, that feels pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels bad in any seed, but inverted especially when you can pretty much go anywhere you want in Turtle Rock.
So Roach is gonna do that Turtle Rock play. I mean, we haven't had a ped read, so I guess Ice Ped is still a thing. Alright, so Jem is about to Vitreous here, and Roach gonna get the Bombos here, tell him should go to Mire.
just so you can come back.
Court pointing out. I don't know if we've had a purple chest check yet.
No, it wasn't available until we got the mirror. So, Hammer Pegs is open as well. Blacksmiths, purple chest.
Alright, so from here, Jem is... Did we not get all the items?
Eastern's also a crystal, so even if he did find all three, he's just clearing it out. But looks like Armos has an item as well, so...
Okay.
Which could be the ice rod. It's not going to be flippers.
Yeah, I guess this makes sense, because if you happen to luck out and get all the items you need in Turtle Rock, there you go, you're up on... Well, I mean, even though Ganon's tower is actually in Hyrule Castle, so... Honestly, doing this second would kind of be better for routing, I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the whole idea that this is the the best chance to do it, just in case when you go to Turtle Rock, if you find an ice rod, you're in go mode at that point.
And I think Roach is, at this point, completing the seed the intended way.
Minus the lamp.
Yeah, minus the lamp. Where is that lamp? It's gotta be in Turtle Rock.
It could be in any of the locations we have available, pretty much. We've got the, Blacksmith Chain, Purple Chest, Hammer Pegs, and then 3 chests in Turtle Rock at this point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the lamp has to be somewhere behind those. But Jem takes on Armos Knights. Where is he going to be off to now?
Book is not in the dark. Yep, it is in Harmless. If you have the bow, I don't believe Book is lamp locked, or Book is dark locked, because I think you have enough keys to get there. Palace of Darkness logic, by the way, regarding keys, is very confusing. Because there are so many small keys.
Yeah, the hint for a pyramid was the second hint in Hera, so Jem did not have knowledge of that. And Jem thinking, looks like he's heading back to Turtle Rock.
If you do Aga in inverted, the Dark World portal is where the bridge would be, kind of like on the Link's house side. So, like, you know, imagine you're going to the bridge to Hyrule Castle in the Light World, but just in the Dark World, and it's right by there.
Yeah, I had that problem in my first inverted seed. It was an Aga seed, and I saved and quit and was in the Dark World. I'm like, wait a second, where do I actually go to get back to the Light World? And it took me like 30 minutes to find the portal.
Alright, so Jem not remembering which way to drop down. I know that section's very confusing if you don't do a lot of inverted. I know the feels.
You know, it's picking up some safeties.
So, to Laser Bridge we go. Well, there's the big key, so we can check the big chest if we need to.
Container, we got 2 items left.
And Laser Bridge is not the answer.
Yep, 1 item remains.
Jem's gonna opt to go backwards to Crystal Roller. And it's just a small key, so... Well, now Jem's gonna have to mirror.
So we got 2 chests left at this point. We got the big chest, and then the lava chest.
Jem could have continued on, but locked himself behind the crystal switch.
On the bright side, he had mirror and didn't have to save and quit.
And there we go. So the answer is lava chest.
Maybe. We'll see. If not, then it's the blacksmith chain or hammer peg. Roach takes down Vitreous.
And Jem doing some muscle memory fighting here. Didn't really need to fight the Pokey for that key.
Yeah, we already had 3 keys. More than enough. There's our flippers. Uh-oh. So, as far as logic, yes, logic required you to triple tip this dungeon.
This is a mean seed.
I figured, you know, it's like the seed had to do something because it was just such a nice early inverted seed. It's like, go to Thieves Town, get your Dark World access. Oh. It's just like, if inverted is usually that nice in the beginning, it is going to do something just completely evil later.
And Purity pointing out nobody's checked Hobo yet.
Yep, that's a possibility as well. Jem going back in... Nope, I was like going back into Hera? No. I'm going to check the tablet, though.
Could be possible after tablet, though, so we'll see. Where is Roach gonna head? Blacksmith?
Yes. I think he's too far over to the left, yep. Gonna go swamp.
Alright, so what are our blacksmiths cooking up today? We got a blue boomerang. And now Roach is going to do hammer pegs as well. And probably round that out with the purple chest. Meanwhile, Jem walking in the swamp. Let's see if swamp has the value today.
No,
and
it's
there's
not.
the ice rod!
So it's not a forced triple dip then. It was only a forced double dip. So Jem is going to waste all of his time probably doing a full clear of Swamp Palace. This gives Roach the time he needs to try to catch up. Because he's going to completely able to skip Swamp.
Yeah, I don't know who did, but we did get a hint, though, that left side swamp is dead.
This is true.
But the question is... Oh, there's our Titans! So getting that those shortcut gloves too little too late at this point.
Boots are in Ice Palace. This is going to be kind of a little bit unfortunate if Roach does this, but it looks like he's going to go the other way. He's not going to find the keys. Actually, no, he'll get the key from the pokey if he checks that he's going to have flippers. So he should be okay. Got our Sank Heart in Swamp Palace at least.
Roach will get the big key when he checks Laser Bridge.
Yes.
And there's nothing but a small key in the big chest, so not an issue.
Yep, there are the flippers.
And Jem picking up some mirror shield action. Getting that quick kill strat going on, and Argus there. And Argus has 10 arrows, so off we go somewhere else. Jem probably going to do Blacksmith at this point. Getting Titans really kind of incentivizes you even more to do it.
Yeah, that's where I see him going too, but we'll find out. But that looks... Oh, nope. He's going a different direction.
Probably a Bombos check here.
Oh, yep. The main thing that put Roach as far behind is Zora had the hookshot.
Dash Mirror Shield is not necessarily required. Any form of invulnerability will do as well. So Cape or Blue Cane.
Oh, Jem is going to Desert Palace. There is still one item here. Or actually, no, has Jem even checked this?
Jem has not.
Oh.
So there's nothing here. Maybe it's been so long that you haven't done Blacksmiths, it's not on your mind anymore. Because I would say Blacksmiths would be way more lucrative over this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even so much Blacksmith. It's that chain is going to lead you to the area, and you're going to check hammer pegs while you're there.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when I say Blacksmith, I'm talking the whole deal here. And, like, when you think about it, you've got you've got the gloves, so it makes it even easier to do Blacksmith. And you've got 3 checks right there that are relatively quick to do, as opposed to wandering around desert for 2 items.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, realistically, this seed wasn't completely mean. The fact that when they went to Death Mountain on the light side, and it just gave them Samaria and the fire rod. You didn't even actually need the fire rod, but they had the option to come into Turtle Rock at that point, and they could have gotten Bombos right then.
So, interesting point to make. You know how you were talking about how it was good for Roach, this situation that we're about to be in right here? Yeah. So boots are going to be his go mode item, and they're in the first chest. So
yeah, he's going to get to do a go mode ice. Then he just has to go pick up his bow and clear out. At that point, it's just going and doing a go mode Eastern, and he knows that the big key has to be in bow lock side. So it's technically a go mode pod.
So
now, granted, Turtle Rock in inverted is stupid quick when you're in go mode with the mirror, because it's literally just drop down a laser bridge, go to laser bridge, and go to Trinex. But Jem still has to make that decision.
Jem still has to find the ice rod. So there's no telling what he's gonna do here. Jem could be setting up for maybe a ped play.
Yeah, but there we go. Roach with his boots technically is the first one to enter go mode.
So anything could happen at this point, but the longer Jem does not find... the more time Jem spends looking for that ice rod, the better for Roach, because this is all catch up here for Roach. Every second that Jem doesn't find that ice rod is catch-up time for Roach, which he desperately needs.
Okay, he flew it to 8. He's checking... Hobo? No. Where is he checking?
Yeah, it is a
gotta be Hobo. Yeah, again, just a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. This is what Roach needs. Well, Hera basement doesn't have an item. It has the big key. The other item is further up the tower. That's probably one of the reasons why Jem decided to leave, is he didn't want to take the trip into the basement.
And Roach getting a nice spin off. Hobo has 300 bucks. No wonder he's broke.
I want to know where the lamp is.
And let's see where Jem goes here. Oh,
I think it's Smith time.
Yep, it doesn't look like Roach is gonna get whole lot of time to catch up, but you know, every second counts. So we'll see how it plays out. It still could be a situation where, let's just say, for example, we got a big key in tile room and Roach does the gamble and Jem does not. That's something that could happen, and Jem's gonna find that ice rod here. Oh yeah, we haven't had a King's Tomb check. Lamp could maybe be there. Can it?
Yes. Alright, down goes Cold Stare for Roach.
And Jem's gonna have to turn in his partner before he can continue.
Yep, his partner will not let him go anywhere.
Because unlike the purple chest, you can't ditch him. Yep, and Jem is in go mode as well. So where is Roach going?
He needs to get his bow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta get the bow. So I'd say Roach is 3 to 5 minutes behind. Would you agree?
Yeah, about that, if not maybe a little bit more. He does have to go all the way through Eastern. It is go mode. He already has the big key, but you still have to trek all the way through there. Plus, you're gonna have to do Bullock side of Pod and get back to Helminosaurus. So, definitely, I think closer to the 5 minute, because Jem's dip into Turtle Rock is pretty much blinking. You're gonna miss it. It's run through Laser Bridge, go to Trinex, kill Trinex, go to Ganon's Tower. Xerox, we will go over the remaining schedule for the day. We'll do that once we're kind of closing up the race.
Alright, Jem on the way to Trinex, Roach on the way to Armos Knights.
Yeah, but like, if this was like an open or a standard seat, I would say it'd be a lot closer because Jem would have to trek all the way through Turtle Rock at that point, but with it being in bird, it's complete opposite.
And down. Trinix is about to go. There we go.
And that is crystal number 7 for Jem, so I believe it's time for a game. So, everybody, please get your guesses in chat now. It's time for the Ganon Tower Big Key guessing game. Works just the same as the standard open. Ganon Tower is no different. Guesses 1 to 22. Where is that big key location? And Jetters, where is your guess today?
I always pick 7.
Always pick 7. Let me see. I'm gonna go with... You know what? Seed was really nice at the start. It was mean in the middle. Let's go really nice. We're gonna go with number 2 for a big key.
And Roach taking down Armos Knights, getting that crystal. And now has just Pod left. But Jem is about to enter Ganon's castle. Silvers were somewhere ridiculously early. I can't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember myself. Well, mine's gone. We're going left side.
Jem just looking for a key and can be on his way.
Still no key. Number 3 is a piece of heart on Bob's torch. Four is the single arrow. 5 is 10 more arrows. 6 is 20 bucks. And 7 is a small key. Hobo doesn't have the lamp. Hobo's 300 rupees.
I'm thinking it's Master Lamp.
I'm actually going to agree with you. I think that's where it is.
Because I can't even think of anywhere else it could be.
There it is.
I was close.
Yep, that was Big Key 8. And it looks like PBT Playa is our winner today.
Crowd pointing out that it could also be purple chests for the lamp. Lampless seeds are really weird. Because there's a lot of stuff that, a lot of logic breaks that you have to do and if you don't have the lamp, and if the lamp goes missing for an entire seed, you just gotta wonder, what does the seed want you to do?
Yeah, I don't even know. PvP player, yes, you are on the leaderboard with 1 win now. Looks like we have 2 people at the top of the leaderboard. We've got Fear Agent and Alice24 are tied, but Jem is making very quick work of the gauntlet. Up until I said that, and then that room kind of went bad.
And Roach finally about to get to Helmasaur King here. And so Roach will be able to head to Ganon's castle.
Off comes Helmosaurus Mask. One arrow, he's down. And that is going to be crystal number 7 for Roach. So he's going to be on his way to Ganon's Tower as well. So yeah, not too far behind Jem.
At this point, it would probably take an Agahnim death on Jem's side, which is extremely unlikely to happen, but you never know. For Roach to catch up.
Yeah, something like that. Or just, you know, multiple Aga falls, couple Trolldorm falls. Well, he decided not to use his powder and get his life back there. I guess he does have some potions.
It's kind of funny how Agahnim is like the penultimate boss and he doesn't even do that much damage. Alright. Agahnim, we are here, and all Jem has to do is kill this guy, and then the big pig. Meanwhile, Roach starting off on the hope chests.
As long as he doesn't do Dark Magician strats, he'll find his key at number 8 as well. But down goes Agahnim for Jem. It's time for Ganon.
So that was a 2-1-2-1. I've never seen a 3-3 before.
I have seen it a couple times. It is a thing of beauty.
Alright, Jem is starting the Ganon fight, and Roach just about to find that big key. Oh, and Ganon in a beautiful spot for spins. And I think that should do it.
Yep, that was 13 by my count.
And so on to phase 3.
Yep, and Roach went the same way, got his big key at 8.
And there we are, phase 4, getting the double and the torch glitch.
Oh, almost. One more arrow. That'll do it.
That's it. Get your GGs in the chat for Jem. All he's got to do is cross the bridge, and we will get the official time. Jem has finished in first place with official SRL time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 16 seconds. Behold the value, as the Triforce screams. So we will get Jem in here for an interview, if we can. Meanwhile, Roach continuing the climb, hitting that gauntlet.
And while Roach is climbing, it's all things considered. You know, if you go back, look at the seed, Roach was over an hour into the seed, had no dungeons cleared. And you're looking at, you know, potentially, maybe it's going to be close, but potentially a... seed still when you had no dungeons completed at 1 hour in. And looking like in IRC, Jem is not going to accept the interview. And it looks like once Roach finishes as well, it looks like he is not feeling well from what we can see. So there won't be an interview from either runner at this point.
All right, so Roach is going to finish that, and we'll get to see as this screen scrolls here what was on PED, and we'll get to see if the lamp was there. Roach almost to the top here.
Gets his key.
And willpower to get that health fill up. Checking a chest just for the lulz. Dashing straight through Moldorm 2, getting the first hit off there. And down goes Moldorm 2. Not gonna check the final chest. Alright. Looks like we started off with a 2 here. And the couch cache sleeps again forever, so... purple chest?
Yep, Jem actually was going and looking for it for us, and he confirmed it was in purple chest.
Alright, Roach is on to the big pig, and seems about that 5-minute estimate was about right. Give or take a minute here.
Yeah, we'll see if Roach can sub 2. That is actually a very good place for this phase.
Yeah, Ganon standing in all the right places this time. And that'll push Roach into phase 3.
With all the teleports.
Phase 3. The Ganon please stand still phase. Does not get torch glitch, but with silvers, it's really not necessary.
That was extremely close, though, when he was lighting those torches, getting hit by the fire bat. That should be a double.
And down goes the big pig for Roach. And get those GGs in the chat. Just missing out on that sub too, but nonetheless, GG Roach.
Yep, everybody get your GGs in chat.
So, since we have nobody to interview, let me ask you what you thought about this seed.
The beginning was really nice, how it gave them everything to go to the light world, and then the seed was just, you know, giggling behind the wall. It's like, you thought I was going to be nice. Wait till what I have in store.
Yeah, that Turtle Rocks, you know, those Turtle Rock shenanigans were really mean. But, you know, as we pointed out earlier, like, dipping into Turtle Rock was the right idea when you had the ability to do it, because it would have given you your bombos and then, you know, progress. But, I mean, when you look at it on its face, you know, you had 3 checks to do, and that's all you had access to at the time in the front of Turtle Rock. So, you know, and they're kind of a pain to do anyway. So I you know, it's not like I'd fault anyone for passing it by, but unfortunately, that's how the seed wanted you to do it.
Yeah, other than that, I guess kind of the main mean thing was Hookshot's location. There really wasn't a lot of money. You know, Jem played the arrow game. I asked him about it in chat, is he just didn't remember what he was supposed to be doing, so he just grabbed a bunch of money just to be safe, and that kind of helped him out because he had the money for Zora. That was the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, in every inverted that I do, I just do that to get a bunch of money, and then I might not go all the way to Zora money. I might get, you know, anywhere between 300 and 500 because sometimes I miss on the arrow game, but you know, like I just stock up on money. It's just kind of like what I see everybody do in inverted. So I'm like, hey, I'll do that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the front of this seed wasn't that bad, and the back half, I mean, if the thing was, it wasn't really incentivizing you other than kind of hinting at you should dip Turtle Rock. Because if you had dipped Turtle Rock and gotten that bombos, I don't think the seed would have really been that bad per se. But the fact that both runners avoided it, I think, kind of made it worse.
Yeah, because I mean that would have given you your mirror, which you could have went and checked, you know, Smiths a lot earlier, everything else. But yeah, it's just kind of when do you check it, and both runners just opting to, I'm gonna wait.
But aside from that, there's plenty of rando today. Coming up later for league matches, we've got 2 3 PMs. We've got Missing Bow playing a week 2 and week 3 match, both at 3. That's Houston Baba versus Ursula 4115. That's our week 2. And Kieran versus Tale is our week 3. Missing Bow facing Blinds Bandoliers in the week 2 match, and Old Swagga Jackson versus Missing Bow in the week 3 match. Other than that, really kind of any final thoughts there, Sir Link?
No, it was a fun seed to watch, even though, you know, it did what it did to the runners. I hope everybody enjoyed the start of week 3, because it is just the start. We've got plenty of inverted matches to go throughout the week before we get to week 4.
Yep, and if you're looking for anything else speed gaming related, there's a Wind Waker randomizer going on the Speed Gaming main, Super Metroid randomizer league going on Speed Gaming 2, and Super Metroid Prodigy tournament going on Speed Gaming 3. So if you're interested in any of that, tune into those. But until 3 p.m. Eastern, the league is... that's when our next league match is. So I am HXC Jetters, joined by Sir Link, and we will see you all at 3.